Thank you so much.
Okay, enjoy being with you guys tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, Coach.
You bet, guys.
Oh, Lord, Coach. Oh, Coach old as hell. That's crazy.
that's the
Bro,
perfect.
hey,
that's
that
a perfect
makes me
intro.
laugh every time, man. Every time, like that's crazy.
Oh, welcome everybody for another victory celebration. Tonight, again, sponsored by Star Pizza and Section 12X.
Hold on, Towns. It's Star Pizza. That's who it's sponsored by, man. Star Pizza.
I'll let you get that one because you got the solid impression.
Man, Star Pizza. Good people. Better pizza. Yeah.
So
man.
what was the final? 79-70? I wanted to quit watching. Galen, first thought, what do you think?
Like we should appreciate being able to go on the road in the Big 12 and winning on the road. We should be able to appreciate that. But obviously we've been spoiled and we've become accustomed to dominance. And like Coach Sampson says, like being a victim of your own success. But I kind of personally, I just expected like a better overall performance from our team. That was just my first takeaway. And that was probably my only takeaway. And under that encapsulates many things, but I just expected, and it's like, I'm aware that whenever you're on, like, you're a top 10 team and you go on the road, teams are going to play better against you. I just expected something more that, like, I didn't see.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head, and you're being very judicious with your commentary, and I'm trying. I'm really trying. It's gonna slip, man, because I sat there and I was steaming watching that. I get it. Yes, TCU is a good team. They played some really good teams close. They're much better than their shitty record may show. They're on the road. It's tough to win in the Big 12. All that aside, let's put away that bullshit. U of H did not play to U of H's standard. That was a dog shit performance. And thank God you got so many good players and you're so well coached that you're able to win that by 9. That should have been a 35-point blowout with everybody getting a lot of fun free time at the end. That was just absolutely ugly. It was the offense. I don't know what the hell that was. I mean, the next time somebody actually executes a pick and roll at the top of the key might be the first in a month. It looks terrible. The guys are running away from pick and roll, and the ball just dies at the top of the key. Unless Kingston's driving. It's just that was horrid.
Yeah, I mean, like with Kingston, he has he's such a gifted athlete. Like vertically on the floor, he has such a quick first step that he has the luxury of not being able to use a pick and roll in the most efficient way and still get away with it because of his gifts.
Right.
Whereas like Los or like E-Man, it's like y'all may not have those same gifts. So it's like you can't use it. You can't use the pick and roll as wrong as Kingston does. Because his athleticism is his equalizer. And it's like nobody on our team has that level of athleticism. They don't have that burst. They don't have that speed. They don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's just like I
mean, I would be fine.
I just want to see more, man, especially from Los. Like I just want to see, and it doesn't even have to be like I need to see you like doing more or whatever the case may be. I need to see more of a mentality thing. That's like what I need to see more of. Mm-hmm. And it's just like I'm just not, obviously there are highs and lows within a season, but
I mean, it was nice. It was nice to see him hit a couple of shots at the end, and it was refreshing that he finally got his he went over 85 minutes between rebounds over the last couple of games, and it was nice to see he finally got one on a missed free throw, and he added a few more at the end. But I don't know what it is, but he is not playing vertical at all. I don't know if he can't beat his guy, because he sure abused people last year. He was getting to the paint all the time. You don't have to score to get there. That opens up a lot of stuff. And the reason why it's so much more important for this group to be able to do that is we don't have a guy that we're throwing the ball into. I mean, you might be able to do it sometimes. You might be able to do it, a few times if Jojo could ever be on the floor. But outside of that, we really don't have a guy you can throw the ball into. And I'm not talking about a guy who's going to score. I'm talking about a guy who lets us get more.
Who can create from that,
or at least make the defense move. If you're going side to side, nobody has to move that much, because they're not having to drop down in coverage and then cover back out, where you're going to get a lot of shots. You notice our wide open threes are going to be whenever they're drive and kick, or whenever we get offensive rebounds and we kick it out. If you're not doing that, then your offense becomes stagnant. Exactly what we see. How many times do we see tonight where guys are just dribbling around, passing it around the perimeter, and then we're inside of 5 seconds and have to take a shitty three? But like the most unappreciated skill I think that we have from J1 is not his ability to score. It's his ability to get the ball and distribute in the blocks, whether it be mid block, high block, low block. It doesn't matter. We could get the ball in.
He was a playmaker.
Yeah,
he was a playmaker, and that's just I guess that's probably another, like, at least for Los, I could say that, for all the guys who are on this team that were on the team last year, it's like there was another creator, and J1, he could command so much attention, but he can still make the right read. But it's like he was commanding that attention from a different position that was around the perimeter. He was commanding that attention, and he was creating from the block. He was creating inside of the arc. So it's just like it's just a little different. So it's like when you don't have that, guys get a lot less looks, and you become more perimeter oriented. Like most of your attacks and your advantages are created from the perimeter. So it's just like that's just tough. And it's just like I don't think like Los is like a guy that you look at and you think that he's like someone who's just can just take you off the dribble. You know what I mean? Like so it's just like and not having that different type of look, let alone from the inside the paint, from someone who can create, it's like you're limiting the quality of looks that you can generate, because they can probably or typically only come from like outside of the arc. And it's just, that's just, it's tough. And I feel like even though it's tough, we've adjusted, like we've definitely adjusted, but it's just like, it's still just it's just hard to do. It's just hard to do.
Yeah.
And that's just something you take for granted whenever you have it. And then when it's gone, you're like, damn. I missed that. Like,
the worst thing is that Milos had it last year. I don't know where it went. I mean, he wasn't constantly getting to the rim, but he was getting to the paint. And I don't know how many of those nice floaters that he had that we saw that shot evolve over the entire year. But that's not even, he's not even really, it doesn't look like he's trying that anymore.
But it's like two times, like you and I both know, like the ball was in his hands 80% of the time. So it's like, you're gonna, in a way, it's gonna be easier for you to find rhythm because you have possession of the rhythm. Like you have the ball, like you're dribbling, the ball, and the possession starts with you. As opposed to, let's say, this year, the possession, you might go a couple without touching the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like when that ball come back, he's like, damn, I ain't felt this in a minute. Like, you know what I mean? It's
But
like,
you know what the best way to do if you're playing off ball and you want to get the ball? Fucking move.
I mean, that, and also like you gotta find other ways to impact the game. And it's like that, I feel like personally, knowing what goes into like winning a game, like if you're not doing what you're accustomed to doing, that should raise all of your other attributes because you should still be trying to contribute to winning. You know what I mean? And it's just like I said, it's a learning, just like it's might be new for us to watch. It's probably even more difficult to play in. So it's just like it's all a learning curve, man. And it's just like it's tough, but you know, it's and it's just like I especially today, I really did expect a bit more from JoJo.
A bit more than what?
I just expected a bit more, and it's like, you know what, we have the privilege of the privilege of complaining because there's been a clear standard that's been established.
Well, that's it. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about anything other than
that's 3 or 5. I am.
No, but what I'm saying is what the complaints are is that they're not playing to the U of H standard. They're not playing to the standard that they themselves. That I mean, E-Man, he had a great night shooting, but that's it. He didn't have any rebound. What, he had 1 rebound? So he's had 2 rebounds in the last 80 minutes. That's not good. There's rebounds to be had.
But I will say, you scored 23, 1 rebound. There's like, it's a bit of a balance because like Chris, he kind of made up for other people's absence on the boards. He got 14, so it's like there's a bit of a, you know what I mean. But I get what you're saying though. It's like you still gotta, let alone like with knowing that our shortcoming last game. I feel like that bell should have been answered.
Yeah, I mean, Jojo had 10 minutes tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, he's rocking Harwell minutes.
Yeah,
that's not good. I mean, hell, this is how good how poorly the game was going playing to our standards. Is that McCarty hurt his wrist at one point in the game early on? He had to come back out there just to have somebody who's going to go out there and bust their ass and not just be kind of staring, looking around. Harwell got a few minutes. He looked kind of lost tonight. Mercy got a couple of minutes. He looked absolutely lost. And we had to put E-Man back in right before the end of half. There's opportunities out there for dudes to go out and ball, and they're not taking it.
Ramon played 22 minutes, and it's just like, man, as a coach, when you know what you're going to get from a guy, there's a sense of comfort knowing that you know that you have when you're putting them into the game, regardless of the environment, regardless of the stakes. It's just like, I know what I'm going to get from you, and that's the most reassuring feeling. That's the most reassuring anything that you can have as a coach when you know what you're going to get from a guy. Win, lose, or draw, he's going to do this.
Yeah,
and that's just.
It's like you look at him and you're not expecting him to perform up to here. You know, you're not expecting him to go through the roof, but you know he's not going to go below here. The baseline performance is going to be exactly what it is, and it's going to be every time he steps on the floor. And it's not going to be, oh shit, is Harwell going to look lost tonight? I mean, he could pop off for 20 at any time, but
it's like he can also not do nothing. So it's like you have a higher peak, but a way lower valley. And this guy has a way higher valley, but his peak is a little low. But it's like he's going to be somewhere in here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just, especially on the road, it's just like,
and
there's a bit of security in that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll say this: that Harwell's going to have those nights. He's a freshman; it's expected. I mean, exactly. Big Snacks had a tough night the night before, up in Lubbock. that's going to happen with freshmen. I don't have a problem with the performance of the freshmen. I have an issue with what's going on with the older guys. And, 2 out of 3 the last 2 nights didn't contribute.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like I seen the comment or Coach Sampson was like, yeah, the travel issue or the delay is not gonna affect nothing. It's like it does. Whether you agree or not, like it does affect your routine because guys become accustomed to that routine. And it's just
Sure.
like, but I'm glad that Big Chris, man, I'm glad that he answered the rebounding bell. You can tell the rebounding message that I'm sure Coach Sampson gave resonated with him for sure, because he probably had to suffer for it. So it's like,
oh yeah,
14 boards, man, that's hard to do.
And he came out of the gate going. In the first half, he had 10 rebounds. The team had 15. It was Kingston and Chris were the only ones rebounding in the first half. And Kingston had 2. I mean, come on.
Hey, listen, I don't want to like.
I do.
I don't even want to like just go on about a dead topic, not a dead topic, but just continuously. But it's like, how good is that kid, man?
Which kid is this?
Kingston Flemings. Had 42 at Tech. He just finished with 27, shooting 50% from the field. Like, it becomes a point in time when a guy's production, it becomes undeniable. Because it's like, what else could you be looking at this point? It's like he has really answered the bell, and he's had great performances in very hostile environments and very high stakes. The guy's just built for the moment, man. Like he's just built for the moment, and that's just not something you see from freshmen.
I mean, the only thing that he did freshman like was get real loose with it the first
10 minutes. He had 4 turnovers.
I can live with that because, bro,
Me too.
You're the only person creating advantages and getting downhill and being aggressive. So it's like there are gonna be mistakes that happen with that mindset. That's cool. But it's like since you continue to have that mindset, after those 10 minutes, you ended up with what you ended up with. Ooh.
He had 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers in the first 10 minutes. He ended with 4 turnovers.
I mean, I'd say 27, 9 of 9 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 5 assists, and didn't turn it over in the second half.
That's your freshman, man.
He's just a different breed. And the sooner that the rest of these guys hop in the backpack and let this man lead them, the better.
I think it's something that everyone's aware of. It's just like, I don't know if not saying he's incapable. Like the guy, I think he can do anything, but I don't know if he's at the level yet because he may not have seen enough to where he's able to lead a group of guys they played in the last game of the season last year. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if he has experienced enough in order to be able to do that. And that's no knock to his leadership. It's just, we just seen things. We although you can do things we can't, we didn't seen things you haven't.
Well, here's the thing. One of those guys are going to have to do it. I mean, it's time to stop waiting around. We're getting to the ugly part of the schedule where it's going to get real. That you're not going to be able to play like this.
I feel like that's when it's probably going to happen. I feel like that's probably when it's going to solidify after you go to the thick of the ugly, and so I mean we'll just have to see. But man,
Duarte and I were on the floor before the game, and he said over under Kingston 25 points. And I said, Under, way under. A freshman is not going to do that 2 road games in a row.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay. That's why I don't bet.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
That's why I don't bet.
I think the thing that's refreshing about the way he plays is that, and I think Kelvin even talked about it, is how naive the kid is that he doesn't know that he's supposed to be intimidated, or he doesn't know that he's supposed to struggle on the road, or that he doesn't know that whenever you go on the road to Texas Tech and you hit 42 or whatever, then you get iced in, that you're supposed to, your body clock is supposed to be off. He doesn't know what the excuses are. He just goes out and balls.
Right. It's funny because like Coach Seth used to have this saying, he's like, so, but he'd say this when someone was actually lost and it was causing problems. He'd be like, son, you're somewhere in left field picking daisies. But Kingston is doing that. It's like, these daisies are a little different that you picking, brother. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, these are some big, man. The kid is not afraid of anything, man. Not afraid of nothing.
He didn't know that he was supposed to struggle going on the road and playing in Birmingham against 18,000 Auburn fans. He just goes in and is like, hold on, wait, is that supposed to be difficult, right? Oh, it's supposed to be difficult at Texas Tech? He doesn't know those things. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the way he plays, because he plays with such energy, and it doesn't seem like it's effort for him. It doesn't seem like he's having to work for it. He's just playing, and he's going out and having fun.
Can I call timeout real quick? Chase McCarty's left wrist locked after that banked in 3-pointer he was screaming on the floor. He's going to have an MRI tomorrow. They put him back in the game in the second half for a play. He caught a pass, and you could see that wrist kind of buckle, and they took him out immediately. Things happen in this program, and people come back way faster than I think, but it does not look good for him.
Long way from your heart.
I mean, I think that they probably put him back out there because he probably thought he was good, but when you catch that ball of energy, it's a little different, man. But with let's say he may miss a week. Now people can get what they've been wanting. We get just potentially to see Mercy Miller.
Man, every year.
Let's see how well he's been preparing for the moment.
Every year, somebody's going to get a ding here, a ding there, and it's an opportunity. I don't
think that was a ding.
Well, you can get your arm snapped off. It's no different. It's no different than when Tajay came in and had to make a big fill. It's same thing whenever when Connor Edwards had to be the go-to guy who was going to be the third to fourth option.
Yeah, it's just guys just got to step up, man. Because Coach Simpson, he has his quote. He's like, "We're all a sprained ankle away from mediocrity," and that's just, the success of your team depends on the health of the better players. So,
stats by Starnes. Stat of the game. Houston was 22 of 24 from the line. TCU was 19 of 25. No, 16 of 25.
We practiced free throws.
They missed 9 free throws, lost by 9. U of H practices free throws and free throw defense. TCU has a kid that missed a free throw. His first free throw miss of the year. He had been 26 of 26. Missed his first. Brad, for all the money in all the world, how do you say his name?
Alphabet.
Give it a try.
That's what I would call him.
Okay.
Lutaris Lelavicius.
Okay. That might be
Hey,
Might be
Charles,
close.
you what was?
I'm a cunning linguist. What can I
Hey,
say?
bro, yeah. That was
Towns, how do you say this one?
Vianney Salachum.
That's the way I would say it.
Okay, fuck both of you.
We know who can't read, Towns.
And you think he would be able to speak, say some sort of French kind of name, and
Mm-mm.
being from Louisiana.
Nope.
Highway.
Beautiful highway. What have y'all said about Jojo?
He played 10 minutes. We said
Yeah.
more words than he played minutes.
Okay. It seems like this game was Jojo's low point in his Cougar career. I don't know if this is a fact or not, but it's worth discussing. They called, I think, 43 fouls. There was no way that Jojo was going to go unscathed. They were committed to calling fouls.
Look, man, I was watching for it because I'm expecting him to foul out. But
He said
he
unscathed.
he had 2 fouls at half. Comes out, and in the first 3 minutes of the first half or second half, every time up and down the floor, he fouled somebody. They just didn't call him. They only called one.
Yeah.
But every time he was hammering somebody. Like, are you trying? Did he watch the Ahmed Abdullah from BYU who fouled out with like 15 minutes to go in the second half? Was he trying to beat him or something?
Before the game, as y'all obviously know, rebounding was the priority. Kellen went up to every player on the floor early in pregame and tapped him on the chest and says, today would be a great day to get a rebound.
Aren't they all?
Every single guy. And Kelvin said it in the post game that Chris Sinek was a non-factor in Lubbock.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't a factor. And he came out and he took that personally and came out and prepared well and played hard. He didn't really score in the second half. I think he made a free throw. But you in the game with 14 rebounds? Yeah, 14 rebounds.
A lot of boards.
3 steals. Yeah. I mean, he had almost half of U of H's rebounds. Is that right? That can't be right. Yeah, they had 31 rebounds. He had 14 of them. That's wild.
Yeah.
TCU had 4 offensive rebounds with, I think, 8 minutes played, and they ended with 7. It was not pretty, but this team, I'm going to tell you, this team is exhausted, and it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better.
At least they'll probably have a regular schedule to their next game as opposed to delayed travel and so on and so forth. So,
Yeah. They're flying back.
That stuff matters.
They flew to Fort Worth, which they've never done. They always bus here. And they flew here. They're flying back tonight. And then practice tomorrow, practice Friday, and then you play Saturday morning.
Yeah.
They need a day off in a big, big way.
That's why they flew, because you're trying to get
100%.
Yeah, that's why they flew.
100%. And good for U of H.
They never.
Never.
I think we said on the last show, it's like, yeah, they're gonna bust it for work.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Wow.
It was in March of 2020 when I stopped at Buc-ee's to go to the bathroom and get some gas and saw the U of H people there, and they were like, we're turning around. COVID just canceled the AAC tournament, and they were on a bus. And I was like, I can't believe they're busting at this, but yeah, they always do. 2 home games coming up, Ryan. No biggie. I don't even know what that means, but yeah, I mean, but they need rest. They
Yeah.
in the last 2 years, Kelvin has started giving them 2 days off in a week in a row once you get into the meat of the Big 12 schedule. And I think he's going to do that again because this team needs rest. And with Chase and Emmanuel took a hard fall.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel was having some sort of breathing issue in the first half, it looked like. They need rest. This team does not feel deep right now.
It's hard to be deep whenever everybody's on the bench with 2 fouls.
4 fouls? Yeah. Hey. They did leave Jojo out there when he got his third, which I don't remember them really doing. I mean, he got it 30 seconds into that second half.
Yeah, maybe I think it was just it seemed like it was a well, shit, you're gonna foul out anyhow. Might as well use it while we can.
And you had lost Chase right, before that. I don't know. Galen, how many times have you ever been involved in a lane violation?
Probably.
Not many?
Yeah, especially not in college because I was the guy behind the arc.
That's true.
That would be awesome for you to get a lane violation from there.
If I was to get a lane violation, I
That'd be
probably would have
impressive.
got kicked out of the program because those punishments wouldn't have been something I couldn't have done. I would have been running for dear life.
Chris Senac was involved in 3 tonight, which I've never seen. He committed 2, and then 1 was committed while he was shooting a free throw. Never seen that.
Yeah. Freshman, man.
You know
Coach
what?
Simpson, he has another quote. He's like, what's the best thing about freshmen? They become sophomores.
That's true.
It made so much sense whenever I became a sophomore. Like it just made so much sense because as freshmen, they're just capable of doing things that you didn't think was possible. But the low always it's just crazy. It's always a new low, seemingly. Amazing.
I'll give him latitude just because he was playing his ass out.
Yeah, for sure.
He was going hard. And if he's going to put that kind of effort into rebounding, that's great. There's a few things that you could do to, for him to help himself, maybe put a body on some guys a little sooner, but we'll get there.
So when was the last time before today that he got a lane violation?
I don't remember any.
I don't know.
That rebounding message got to him. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Very well could be.
Believe me, I'll never forget. I think we had a practice, and I think coach thought I guess he thought I wasn't playing hard enough. So he had me do like a loose ball drill, right?
Uh-oh.
And Wado Nahara came and talked to us. And hearing him talk, I'm like, brother, you Samsonized to a new level. He was like, I love the pain. He was like, man, bro, I can't talk to you. But like coach dropped the ball, and like we were all sitting in our seats, and I had a reaction. I jumped to go get it because that's what the practice entailed. It was the whole practice of me just getting a loose ball. And it's just like that's probably was Big Chris is like, yeah, you probably got put on the line for not pursuing boards. So whenever you just want to get that rebound, like that's probably exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm. And it worked.
Yeah, definitely worked.
I mean, it's amazing what happens when you sell out for rebounds. I mean, there is a little bit of skill in rebounding and not being able to judge the arc or whatever. 90%, it's just effort. 90% effort. That's it. If you want it,
will. Yeah.
Galen.
Yeah.
You have a new logo. What's going on with that? What's happening with One Substantial?
Just fresher, newer, Just felt like doing something different.
Newer.
Man,
put it on the screen there.
Hey, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just feels cooler, I guess. I want to be a cool guy now.
Yeah. Being that your playing days are over, you got
Yeah.
to work for it a little harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Segue. Tomorrow night, Four Corners. Back again. Third show. Very excited. They could potentially have a guest. We can't tell you who that is, but there are context clues. Check them out at 8 o'clock Thursday night. The Four Quarters guys. I may have said corners. Four Quarters guys. They're going to be here. Who would y'all say tonight's MVP was? Is it Kingston? Is it Emmanuel? Is it someone else? Is it Chris Senack?
Kingston. He put the team on his back and carried him.
Galen?
I mean, given what our deficiency was last game and the guy who answered the bell, I'd probably give it to Senack. Granted, Kingston was the best player on the floor, but
yeah,
if Big Chris don't get them boards, who knows what those could have led to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'd say, knowing the importance of rebounding, I'd say Big Chris, because he signed the bubble tonight for sure. He got over 10. He got 14 rebounds. So yeah.
I think those are both correct answers, but they're both wrong. It was Ramon Walker. I thought Ramon played so well in that second half. It doesn't show up in his stat sheet, really. But Ramon came in and bailed you out. There was no Chase McCarty. There was no Jojo. But Ramon was there. He played 14 minutes in the second half. And, it very could have gone, that Senack performance, that Flemings performance, that Emmanuel Sharp performance could have gone for nothing if Ramon didn't come in and steady this. I think Senack had an amazing game. Kingston's just doing it time and time again. But you needed that Ramon Walker this one game, and he stepped up.
So whoever was saying what they were saying about Ramon, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Put a sock in it. 22 minutes. It was like, man, you like I said, I think I said this before you got on, Ryan, but it's like, when you know what you're going to get from a guy, when there's real smoke in the atmosphere, like, that's the greatest comfort you can give a coach, when he knows what to expect from you, good, bad, or indifferent. So, yeah.
Let's look at some comments real quick. I just want to kind of answer some questions. I saw Kingston pulling guys together, pointing to where guys should be. I think he is becoming the floor leader. I think this too. I think he is growing into it. He's not there today, but as Galen said, in a few weeks, you're going to see this. You have a home game on Valentine's against Kansas State. I would be shocked if he is not that de facto leader of this program by then. It just feels like it's coming.
I'm going to be devil's advocate right here.
Sure.
There was a guy that I played with by the name of Rob Gray. And Rob could give a shit if a play was for somebody else. But when the play was for him, get here. You go, like, he made sure everything was right before he attacked. I'm trying to get to this money. Like, I'm not saying that's what Kingston's doing, but it's just like, being the floor leader and being the overall leader is like, those are two different things,
Yeah. And you could be right. I just don't think it's in Emmanuel's DNA to be aggressive like a leader needs to be that forthright. He's just a quieter guy. It's not in Milos's DNA. And Jojo's just not there.
And that's the thing, is like, I think about this and it's like, well, which one of Coach Sampson's point guards wasn't the leader?
Yeah.
Well, last year.
Well, when you got a guy who won a natty and a guy who was in college for 10 years who won 1,000 games, it's like, there's a bit of an exception, but it's just like towards marching to this level, it's like who at the lead guard position wasn't the guy who was you can count on to you know what I mean? It's just like it's just different, man.
I think what it'll happen whenever people kind of give in and just say, you know what, let's ride with that.
Any other comments, Ryan?
Yeah. Do you think Uzan's play is a result of Kingston being the point? I think it's a result of Milos not being the point more than it is Kingston being the point. But Uzan has just not been the same player this year.
Yeah, it's like different role. It's like it's different for a lot of people. So, but it's just like, yeah, you got a guy that's that dynamic with the ball in his hands, and it's like you have to. If you're a sound mind and you're trying to do what's best for the team, you could recognize that, you know what, this guy's a little different than the rest of us. So it's that's just an adjustment that you have to make. But on the flip side is you have to make an adjustment knowing that your role is going to change because of that guy. So it's something that he may have to figure out. But like Coach Sampson always says, like if you had a new one person to a team, it's a completely new team. So
and Milos is just not comfortable in that spot yet, and he may never be. And he doesn't have LJ shooting the hell out of the ball next to him. He doesn't have the bigs like JBR and Jawan. It's just a different game for him. And he's certainly not as aggressive as you'd hope he was. And it's true, he hasn't played as well as he did last year. But
I still think, though, once he figures it out, we're a different team. I really do believe that with every fiber in my being. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. That's the bottom line.
I mean, he looked more like the player last year against Arizona State, where he was getting more vertical, and that opened up his game. I mean, that's the crazy thing about it is that it helps the team, but it also helps him because right now he's not a threat because nobody thinks he's going to drive.
Yeah,
but also I think I don't want to give too much away. So yeah, I agree with you, Towns.
Galen, please address the elephant in the room. If we want to win a natty, Jojo can't be glued to the bench. What's the answer? First off,
remove refs.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, they won't be able to call fouls on them if they're not there. But they have a job to do, and it's like the answer is he has to just develop better discernment. And it can't be like a game-to-game thing. It has to become habitual. And it's just like, I know our practices are wars, and that's what's made our program great, and that's what's taken our program to the heights that it is. But he has to. I mean, I know he is doing it in practice, so it's like it just has to become more habitual to where it's second nature. That's the only way that he will be able to stay on the floor, because obviously we see that whenever he's on the floor, our defense is noticeably better. So, yeah, that's just a tough one, man. You know he's trying. You know he wants to do well, but it's just like,
Just can't help himself.
yeah.
I mean, in his career so far, let's see, what was it? 87 games. He played 30 minutes or more 6 times.
Okay. So maybe the problem is
not good,
you
Bob.
expecting him to play 30. Maybe that's the problem.
So I should just celebrate if we can get a half out of him.
Yeah.
If we can get like 6 man minutes, then we're good.
Times you're a sicko. Oh man.
Your issue is expectations, but I think this comment's issue is expectations. If your expectation is we need JoJo to win the national title, like
It's
there's
over.
a lot between now and then. And if your only happiness is that national title, you just why be a fan? It just seems so hollow. Winning games on the road is fun. Winning conference titles is a blast. Cutting nets. The process of basketball is so fun. It's more fun than virtually any other sport. And if you're sitting here in January worried about what's going to happen in April, it just seems, I don't know.
I'm doing everything I possibly can not to look at this game and say, if we play like this, X will happen down the road.
Yeah,
because, I mean, that's
Well,
bad
just look
news.
across the country in the last 36 hours. Michigan State goes on the road and nearly blows it at Rutgers. Undefeated Nebraska goes to a really good Michigan team and blows it. It just happens.
They got hammered.
They maybe got hammered. Maybe. But I want to tell you something about one of JoJo's fouls. And this is my biggest pet peeve in basketball. A referee 40 feet away from the play calling a foul when 2 refs that are closer don't blow a whistle. That pisses me off so much. If the two guys closer can't call it, you need to swallow your whistle.
Facts. I agree with that.
Brooks Wells did it. Doug Sermons did it. I don't think I saw James Duke, the new guy, do it, but it just agitates the shit out of me. And one of them was on JoJo, and he just wasn't anywhere near the play. I just, ugh.
You know, Ryan, to piggyback on your point on thinking that, if you don't win a natty, your season was worth nothing. Both of y'all are smarter than me. So I want y'all to,
yes.
I hope y'all can help me put my ADHD is real active right now. So it's like basically your concerns or your concerns go to your like most primary need, right? So let's say if you're in the woods starving, your mind would be on food, not the fact that you might make $1 million a year. So it's like we have the luxury of sitting here talking about a national title. You know what I mean? It's like that's just kind of, you know what I mean? Like for that to be the expectation, just imagine like how privileged you are to be able to sit here and say that that's your expectation. I hope that made sense.
No, it did.
Don't sound so surprised though, Ryan. Damn. Yeah, it did make sense. Like you would. We've become spoiled, man.
Texas is sitting there with a $20+ million team, and they blow a 14-point lead or whatever it was tonight. Kansas is not in a national title conversation. They've got a $20 million team, $25 million. Alabama's paying $20+ million to their program. All these teams that should be competing for these titles aren't in this conversation, but this U of H program is. I think that's kind of fun. But I like the journey of basketball.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like.
But it's like, but Ryan, you can appreciate the journey because you know there is one. You know that like you don't just wake up and you're a perennial national top 25 program. You're now been ranked in the top 25 for 500 weeks. It's like you don't just wake up and that happens. There's a process that you must undergo in growth. And it's just like, a lot of times people, they just don't know that in order to go from here, it's so hard. It takes so much effort and work to go from here to here, but it takes nothing to go from here to here. Like, it takes nothing. It's so easy to regress. Like,
you see it with Baylor this year. They're 1-7 in the conference. They won a national title 5 years ago. How do you go from that to that? It happens. Did Scott Drew get dumb? No. I mean, they're going to build a statue of that guy. But shit happens. And all you have done in this program is ascend. Brad and I were fans of a program that for 20 years, you went into the first game of the year knowing you had to win the conference tournament to get to the dance. That was your only avenue.
Just hoping to get 18 wins so you can get into the CBI.
Yeah. Your whole thing was, okay, there's 3 days in March, maybe 4 days, and you just got to go clean up for those few days. And I mean,
it happened once.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but Coach Sampson has a quote, and he's like, "Son, you were born on third base and think you hit a triple."
Right there. I doubled off the wall, but got picked off at first. So kind of different. Team is out of sync and not physical or aggressive like past teams. Yes.
Well, we're kind of physical and kind of aggressive in an out of control, completely unhinged kind of way where we're going to get fouls like crazy.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand what your point is.
It's just not as bad as you think.
Well, tonight, I will say, tonight makes it feel completely different because whatever that shit we were doing on offense made it look really, really bad.
You shot 60-something% in the first half, 22% in the second half. I don't do math good, but that ain't great. Also, to this point, third to fifth, one of the teams that finishes third, fourth, or fifth in this conference is going to be in the Elite Eight. One of them might be in the Final Four.
Yeah, so it's like that's
I don't think third place, fourth place in this conference makes you a bad team. I just think, you're still
perspective,
learning who you are. This team doesn't know who they are, which is going to happen with 2 freshmen starting, 2 others getting significant minutes, and lacking that clear voice in that huddle. And I think you see a kind of exasperated Kelvin Sampson, to be honest. But he's going to tinker, and I wouldn't bet against him.
Some of these comments are just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there are some
but
really
crazy
fun
accurate,
people.
though. I ain't gonna yeah.
Why isn't Mercy Miller playing? I thought he was maybe hurt until he came into the game. Starnes.
Oh, no, Starnes said
That's Starnes.
I think he's trolling.
Hey,
he's got to be trolling.
Hey, stop. Yeah, Starnes, you're a funny guy.
I'm not a well man.
You're a funny guy.
Paco needs to be better.
Sure.
I agree. I don't think he's given you anything on these last 2 road games. I don't think he's a bad player, but he's not competing at this level. To piggyback off of that, do you think we start getting Jacob some minutes? No. Jacob McFarland has played 20 minutes of college basketball, I think is the number.
It's not
I
fair.
wanna check. It's completely not fair to he's played exactly 8 minutes of college basketball.
This is a great comment right here.
And you cannot put him in this situation to bang against guys that are way more physical, that have been Jacob has played 8 minutes in 3+ years. And you just can't. It would be malpractice for Kelvin to put him in right now. You can't do that. He didn't have a summer, a fall. He didn't have last year, year before. It just, I don't think it's right. What's the comment that you thought was great there, Galen?
I mean, it's just like more so perspective. It says, this guy, he says, we have a lot less problems than Purdue does. They've lost 3 straight. And it's just like, imagine what people are saying about them. And it's like not appreciating the way the manner in which we won doesn't negate the fact that we won. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to go 1-0. Good, battered, ugly, pretty, I'll take a dub. You know what I mean? So it's just like we have to kind of pay attention to, like, you know what? We got a victory on the road. That's something that is hard to do in this conference, in any conference, really.
Yeah.
But especially in this one.
When it says something about the caliber of team that this is, that they can play that poorly and still win by 9
on the road.
I mean, that's a game that realistically you probably should lose, or at least come down to the wire. But you play more like yourself, and of course TCU had some to do with this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you play like more yourself. You play to your standard, and this is a 20, 30 point win. This is the way that is.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Galen, you are spewing facts tonight, and you're saying it in a very succinct, smart way. I think this ADHD overload needs to continue into the future.
Thanks,
so that we can keep getting you. I think maybe I'm delusional, but I think you're making a lot of good points.
I feel like I usually do, but it might be more so your delusion.
It could be. It could be.
Appreciate that, Ryan.
Arizona knows who they are. Texas Tech knows who they are. Iowa State knows who they are. With all our new pieces, we're still meshing, especially our bench. This is 100% right.
And it's like, bro, you're not about to just
be figuring it out.
You're not about to just punk a Jamie Dixon team. Like, that's a tough. You're not.
I looked at the TV, the broadcast for just a minute, and I happened to see they showed TCU's record here against top 10 teams in the Jamie Dixon era. And I think they were over 500 against top 10 teams. That doesn't happen. That guy might be weird looking, and he might act like a kind of a goober on the bench, but he's a damn good basketball coach.
Facts.
And this is not a program that goes to the tournament, but they went to the tournament in, I think, 23 and 24. That's miraculous, especially in a conference like this. There's a good basketball coach over there.
Facts.
Like Galen just said, we're a different team defensively when Jojo was on the court. Nobody's expecting a national title, but to have a chance, Jojo can't be glued to the bench. That's true. But
that's just up to him.
You can't win the Big 12, much less the national title, with Jojo on the bench. Just not going to happen.
I mean, the defensive player of the year plays 10 minutes. I mean, that's and it's not because he's hurt
or got bad.
I think he tied his career. No, his career low is 8 minutes, and he's played 10 minutes 2 or 3 other times. But those were before then.
I'm interested to see was that career low his freshman year? I just have a hard time believing that him being
I think it
him
was
having
last year.
the role that he has, the impact that it has on our team, that he like. I have a hard time thinking that it had to be because of his youth. It had to be.
It was
I don't know though.
2/18/2025. So last year against Arizona State, played 8
So
minutes.
at Arizona State, the second game of that 2-game roadie out there.
The year he got defensive player of the year. Lord.
Yeah.
I said corrected.
He fouled out in 5 minutes and 8 minutes. He was trying. He was.
I don't
speed
remember
running
that.
tonight.
Oh man, ain't no way. Oh man.
I'm looking at
That's
this box
that's efficient.
score.
That's efficient.
He played 1 minute and 47 seconds in the first half and had 2 fouls. Wow.
And see, his 10-minute ones were 11/17/2023 and then 2/27/2024. So that's the
same
season.
That wasn't even So he played the least when he was arguably more important. Oh man. Hey.
This might sound crazy, but honestly, I'd bring him off the bench 1 or 2 times. Not because I'm demoting him, because I want him to see the pace and tempo of the game and let him kind of roll into it. And I say that the reason why is that last year and the year before, Javier was struggling with fouls and he was starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they started Jojo and Javier was the first off the bench. And all of a sudden he was a completely different player.
But
you got to see that.
Also had this experience, and it's like, who are you going to start? He came off the bench behind the defensive player of the year.
I don't care.
So I mean,
I'm trying to figure a way how I can preserve this guy and get him into the flow of the game as opposed to coming in and going 150 miles an hour.
I get what you're saying.
And
but
getting those
JVR
early fouls. I don't need him in the first 5 minutes of the game, honestly, because we could be down 25 points in the first 5 minutes, and we're coming back if he's in the game.
I feel like JVR and Jojo, like, they were so similar though. Like both hovering around 6'8", can scratch their toes without bending their knees. Like they had very similar measurements. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like JVR probably had, you know what, this might be. He had the ability to win also the defensive player of the year. Like he had that type of, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're not really losing anything into changing those guys. But it's like on this team, there might be a drastic difference because it ain't too many JoJos you just find around here. You know what I mean? Like it ain't too many guys with those types of measurements and those abilities.
But if you bring him off the bench at, let's say, the 17-minute mark.
I agree with. I'm saying I see the reasoning behind that. Yeah, I do.
My goal is to get him 30 minutes in the game. 28 to 30 minutes. And I don't know. I just think that I've seen it work with guys. Sometimes guys are great off the bench because they can see the flow and the tempo of the game.
That's exactly what happened with JVR. He told me, we did an interview just about this topic, and I don't know what happened with the camera and the battery, and it didn't record. But I asked him, like, does it piss you off to be coming off the bench? And he was like, yeah. And I said, but do you see that it has helped your game? And he was like, yeah. Because he's not going out there doing the JoJo wild man crazy as the game starts. He gets to see and kind of hold back and go into the game fresh, showing them an energy that, was a little different than what JVR was bringing or what Jojo was bringing. And if you did that with Jojo one or two times, I think it would do something to his head. Like, I need to be better, because they have tried everything. They have tried guilting and shaming him, telling him he's selfish. Well, I mean, it's true though. If you have tried everything with a guy, you've got to go to further measures, and they're just nothing is getting through.
But I mean, yeah, I don't want to be devil's advocate anymore.
Okay. We're winning the Natty. Ignore everyone who disagrees, Galen. Give me some DAP twin. You have a twin.
Yeah. News to me.
News to me as well.
It's like, but if he come off the bench, like, what do you give up? Like,
absolutely, you give up
in 3 minutes.
So that's assuming that the person that's replacing him is going to be in foul trouble. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what?
I mean, honestly,
you're not setting that. You're not.
Before his injury tonight, I would go small with McCarty out there. Give a different look.
Towns.
But Galen, what Towns is saying is that
I get it. But
in the last 10 minutes, he's got to be out there 8 of them, and he hasn't been. You need him at nut cutting time, and he's sitting over there with you.
It's not even then. It's the fact that I hate having him on the bench for 10 minutes in the first half because he picked up the second foul.
I guess what I'm saying is, I would, whenever JoJo and Big J they exchanged starting positions, JoJo had experience though, and I just don't think that, like, you're gonna put in Chase or Khalifa. Is like, I don't think that.
Shit, I'd start Seth Lott. Let him pick up a couple fouls.
He gonna make his count. You gonna know his or fouls.
Well,
somebody's gonna be in pain.
But here's the thing. It really doesn't matter when JoJo gets his minutes because he's only getting 10 in the first half anyhow. So I'd rather him get the middle 10 instead of the first 10.
I think, me personally, I'd rather him be on the dictating 10 minutes as opposed to like the reactive 10 minutes. Like, oh, we might be down, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But I get what you're saying, though, Towns. I agree with it, but I'm just trying to understand the mechanism of action. Like,
well, I mean,
the trade-off.
At this point, we're trying to figure out a way to get. You're trying to find a way to affect change, and you can't make him slow down. But I don't know. I've just seen it work with a lot of guys that they are better coming off the bench. I mean, it's like some guys are better relievers than they are starters. Some guys, I saw this.
Head coaches.
I saw this with Deaky as well. He played his junior year. I thought he was much better off the bench than he was as a starter.
Well, his first year as a starter.
Yeah.
But it's like, but with Diggy, it was a maturity thing.
Yes.
So, but I get what you mean. Like, he was able. I mean, yeah.
But it's not. I'm not talking about. This is not punitive. This is not saying you're not good enough. This is saying I need you to catch the flow, judge the flow from the outside instead of being right in the middle of that whirlwind, because your speed is only one speed. But we don't need you revved up to 130% at the tip-off. We need you at 99%. And maybe that first couple of minutes of just seeing a few possessions, getting up and down, maybe that keeps you off the red line for a little bit.
Michelle disagrees. She says, I'm not sure JoJo coming off the bench will correct the fouling issue. When he sits after getting 2, He comes out fouling again. She's not wrong. She's not.
That's what I mean.
wrong.
That's why I say the discernment is just like a.
I mean, at this point, we're
just trying to experiment to see what works.
Yeah.
we know that there's going to be a car wreck. We're just trying to put it off as long as possible.
Bringing
he's
Jojo off the bench.
He is literally the NASCAR driver or the Formula One driver who goes way past the car's capability and runs into shit all the time. Sometimes he's going to be great if he can keep it on the track. He's going to be great, but 9 times out of 10. He's flying into a wall. He's hitting everything out there. He's hitting every car possible.
Okay.
I think that Coach Samp said it best when I talked to him about it. It's like when you try to correct, or he gave an analogy, if you try to correct the guy's interceptions, you're going to take away the insane amount of touchdowns that he throws. And it's like I think Coach Kellen said it. He was like, we have JoJo rules. Like, you know how long you have to perform at a high level defensively in order for, you know what? Everybody else do that. You do what you'll figure. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a little, when you're dealing with a guy that gifted, it's like when E-Man shoot a 40-footer versus when Ramon shoot it, it's a drastically different reaction. You know what I mean? It's like, those rules don't apply to you, but you can shoot this. Like, it's just, man, hands is tied almost.
Bringing JoJo off the bench is worth trying. Got to find a way to get the desired and needed performance. JoJo got better at controlling the fouls until the last few. Been a funky week. Agree with great points everywhere. I wouldn't mind seeing Ramon Walker get more minutes. He competes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would not be sad starting him.
How quickly a game can change people's perception.
No, I mean,
I don't think this is one
because
day.
I know he's not going to go out there. I know that I can trust he's not going to go out there and foul.
But
you're right.
People were saying, "Oh, he's this. He shouldn't be."
Yeah,
it's like, bro has built a reputation from literally
his freshman year.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's
Well,
like,
that ain't me.
But it's just like, I mean, yeah. Of course, it's not us. Like, we know, but it's like, you just know what you're going to get from a guy. And like, you just know. And it's like, sometimes he may, on the offensive end, his offensive output may be a bit higher. Cool, great day. But it's like, on the days that it might not be, his defensive impact and his presence is still valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we can't evaluate him on a Kingston scale because that's not his role.
Right.
So
we have at least 3 players who were in high school last year. And UH played Texas Tech even despite Tech having several grown men.
Okay.
There is perspective tonight that I'm enjoying. Samp was trying so hard to get JoJo out before his first foul. Khalifa was at the table. Bang. There it went. I texted Ryan right after he got his third, and he was begging to get the fourth, as Sound said.
Oh, man, bro.
I think he literally fouled every player on the court, even our own.
So you step out everybody on the court.
That's how.
He might have fouled Jamie Dixon.
I mean, he was the Tasmanian devil out there. He was running into everybody.
Yeah,
and it's
Ryan,
it's always those ones where he gets somebody to stop their dribble and he keeps moving forward. He pushes right through them. It's like they're going to call that. They're going to call that stop.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Ryan, how was travel up to Fort Worth? Thought about making it, but TCU canceled it. They had sanctioned tailgating outside for students in the 35 or 40 degree weather. There is ice and snow all over the ground here. It's all over the roofs. It was bad from Corsicana to Fort Worth, but it was fine. It's just a little snow, a little water on the roads. It's fine. The parking lots were worse. My hotel's parking lot's a mess. I am going to bust my ass.
Hold on. Ryan, where are you? You're in a garage.
That's true. I'm in where the media sit. They wouldn't let me down on the floor, assholes.
Right.
So I'm up here. So it wasn't great. I didn't know the students were out, to be honest. There's a lot of roads that the map looks real bad up here. The roads are closed. My little cousin was trying to fly out of here and got delayed many hours. So, do you think players get caught stargazing at Flemings at times? Seems that way when the offense gets stagnant. I don't know that I've noticed that.
I would say that. Oh, you got it, Sounds. My bad.
Well, I'd say I understand the point. I don't think they're stargazing. I just think Kingston saying, fuck it, we ball, while everybody's standing around. Well, I mean, we did the same thing last year and the year before and the year before and the year before. I mean, sometimes our offense just gets stagnant of guys not getting into it. And, it happens. But with Kingston, I don't think he understands. Go back to that naivete. He's like, if everybody's standing around, I'm going, because he can literally beat anybody off the dribble. He's already shown it against some of the top. I mean, he did it against what's his name from Arkansas. Was it Acuff?
Yeah,
he can get wherever he wants to go, anytime he wants to go, and I think it stands out a lot more than it has in the past, because they were standing around before he got here.
Yeah. And I would say too, it's like, just imagine what they see him do in practice, because you have the starters going against a scout team. So like, just imagine what, like, you know what I mean? So like, just imagine what they're accustomed to seeing him doing and seeing him create in practice. And not only does he do it in practice, you're doing against other teams' best 5 guys. So it's like, can you say that other guys are standing and watching, or is like, you know what? We know it's about to happen. If you got I'm not trying to correlate Kingston but if Kyrie got the ball on the ISO, I'm gonna stand and watch too. I'm to watch a master at work. We've seen this before several times, so it's just like when he gets the ball, he's gonna make something happen. Because if our guys are stargazing, the defense definitely got to be paying attention to him. He's just at the top of the scouting report. So you know what I mean. So it's just, yeah, he just makes things. He just makes things happen organically whenever he gets the ball.
He does.
One of the things I really enjoyed about especially early on against Arizona State, is our guys played like slashers, like a slasher team, kind of like the way Bama would play, or Arkansas used to play under Musselman. Is that Kingston was getting wherever he wanted to go, and then everybody else could move the ball around. You could either find a guy open, or you can have another guy driving right back behind him, because the defense has to move. And that's when I talk about getting vertical, that's getting towards the goal.
Yeah.
Instead of we do a lot of side to side and
east to west.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get north south, and you got to get going, because that opens up everything. Because if you do a kick out, guess what? You got a lot of opportunities. You either have a free shot, or you got a guy who's closing out hard, and you can get to wherever you want to go after that off the dribble, because they can't stop that. And then you got another guy that's going to be open on the far side. Just a lot of things open up, as opposed to waiting for one guy to go one-on-one. Thank God we've got that one guy who can go one-on-one. I mean, you could put him in the NBA right now, and he could go one-on-one with a lot of dudes up there.
With all that space, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know the GMs are looking, saying, holy shit, look at he doing an open floor like ours.
And it's the fact that, like, Star Pizza, good people, better pizza. They closed now, though, huh?
Yes,
yeah,
they're close. But we could still say nice things about them.
Yeah.
But go ahead with your point.
What was I even saying? Oh, just to piggyback on you talking about getting vertical, is like, you have to make someone turn their shoulders to make that's the only way to create a reaction. So it's like if you're going east and west and you're not really creating a reaction from the defense, you're not going to be able to create anything. And then, like you said, you're going 5 seconds left. We're going to have to dribble, do a BS 3-point. It's like that's not really. If you have to live on a diet of those, you're going to lose a lot of games or be in position to lose a lot of games. So it's like, yeah, you just can't. And it's like, what I wanted to say with Kingston is like, he's doing it off sheer ability. His technique isn't even that good.
Not yet.
So it's like they're probably looking at like, just imagine if we can get him actually coming shoulder to shoulder off screens. The advantage he could. It's almost like you get so hopeful because like the possibilities are endless. Like this guy's doing it the wrong way and getting 40. Like what are we talking about? My goodness.
Well, see, this isn't to glaze you, but one of the things I loved about the way you played is one, you were a master on the pick and roll, but you were always north-south as much as possible, taking every opportunity. And then I don't know how many times you were able to dump stuff off the low post when people came over to close you out. You were able to find so many people because the defense has to move. We don't get enough of that. But when we do, it looks beautiful.
Great. It looks great. And I feel like it might only look great because of how much we don't get it. You know, like it just looks a lot better when it don't happen as much. It's like a rare, like retreat for good luck because we don't see this that much. Like, yeah, man. But we're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there.
They've already shown us what they're capable of, and I know that that's what they want to be able to try to do, because that's what the natural talent of this team is capable of doing, and just a matter of putting it all together and continuing to do it. We're at that time of the season where it needs to be more consistent. You know what the peak looks like.
Yeah.
Now let's try to stay as high up that peak as we possibly can.
Yeah.
TCU was called for a tech going into the half. Did they show you on TV what that was about?
I wasn't watching by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because we didn't see
Maybe
because
the comments.
they were doing they were reviewing CNAC's putback, which I don't know how they took that off the board, to be honest.
Terrible call.
But I'm curious what happened that caused them to get a tech going into halftime, which is not something you'd want to see. Yelling at refs. Well, they deserved it. I don't know why you'd be yelling when you got exactly what you wanted, unless it happened before then. So, I don't know. Jamie was big. Okay. Uh-oh. Towns is speaking facts tonight.
I do every night.
Per usual.
I mean, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, town speaking facts.
Hey, man, just
Moron.
oh.
I mean, I make the tides rise and go down, go low.
My boy stay speaking the factuals. Man, y'all ain't tuning in enough. That's the problem. We need y'all. After every game, we need y'all on the set. We need y'all.
I'm here
y'all
every night.
These facts, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Ryan, go to our Ritz segment.
You know, you could do this. I don't have to be the person that does it. Go ahead.
It's 40 degrees in here, so my fingers aren't working.
It's 38 here.
What are your thoughts on the outcome of the Duke Mensa situation?
It was the only outcome that was ever going to happen. I mean, they wanted monetary relief. You can't demand a guy stay and play for you because then you're admitting that it's pay for play. And if they were pressured I'm certain, by their conference. Obviously, Miami was putting pressure on him. But, I mean, they got the best deal they could. I don't see how it could have turned out any other way.
No, I think it's hilarious. I think that they were really thinking this when it happened. You got to remember, this was just a few days, I think, maybe less than a week, coming off the heels of the kid from Washington who was going to go in the portal and then decided, oh, no, I'm coming back because they said they're going to sue me. So I think Duke thought they could possibly get him to scare off of that. And then they made it pretty clear that, and the funny thing is that everything that was said, that it was going to cost Miami $10 million, $4 to buy out his contract and $6 for him to come play. So I think they went through all that unnecessary bullshit and end up looking worse to players because, hey, they're going to try to do this and make a big deal out of it. Just put the buyout in the contract.
I don't know if the buyout was in the contract because they're private. You can't. It wasn't. Okay.
No. And a lot of the players don't have buyouts in the contract. And the reason why is that, of course, the NCAA or the schools are going to make they're going to tell you, hey, this is just boilerplate standard contract. Everybody's got to sign it the same way that they did, with all of our scholarships. But I think that they were just trying to strong arm players, and players can now have representation that are as good, if not better, than what the schools are coming up with.
Right. And it was a 99-1 relationship for 100 years. And now it's basically 50-50.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and the NCAA doesn't know how to deal with it.
No. And I think
the schools don't know how to deal with it.
I think the players have the leverage.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I thought it was absolutely hilarious because, a lot of people were thinking that Duke was going to be playing this, big strong arm tactic. It's like, you're not going to be able to do that.
No.
I mean, you could try and sue the guy and go through with it.
When a starting quarterback goes in the portal, the game has already been decided. There's no recruiting. There's no flirting. It's done. And it was done with this guy. The Washington kid did not go in the portal. He wanted to, but he got Jesus real quick. But I just don't think it was anything happened in this situation that I wasn't expecting, I guess.
No, I thought it was funny that they should. I think that they should have agreed to the fee and just said, screw it. Now, from now on, I want U of H to have buyouts and then just start selling players. Fund their acquisitions with the guys who are going somewhere else.
Shout out to my LSU Tigers for coming within. Oh, they got back. They were down 30, I think, at one point. Our guy Jamie believes that U of H is going to need a point guard next year. I think he's probably right. He has loved this kid. He was at UNLV. He's now at LSU. Deaton Thomas. He thinks that's a guy to watch out for. Playing for LSU, bad team, bad program.
I guess he just went to LSU to get paid.
I mean, yeah, why not? He also would have had to play for Josh Pastner, and maybe he just was like, nah. That would be my thought. Galen comes back. Galen, I want you to do me a favor.
Conditionally.
Go to bed. You have to work in the morning.
I'm actually liking this show.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
but
fine.
I like them all, but
then work.
Don't leave me by myself, man.
I'm
This is a group project.
Yeah, run it. Thoughts on a judge recusing himself in, I still don't know how to say his name, Bediaco?
Bediaco.
Okay.
Damn, can you not read?
Yeah, that's why he
I
asked you to
don't-
do it, Towns.
You're like a Zoomer. You can't read.
I don't know what that means, but
Me neither.
I think this was the only outcome that could have happened. But then it got passed to another guy who is on the Alabama murder situation. You're not going to get a clean case in the state of Alabama. You're just not. It's never going to happen.
No.
I mean, it's just like in Louisiana. You're not getting a clean case because everybody comes from the same pot. And in Alabama, you either went to Alabama or you went to Auburn. And if you're an Alabama person, it's going to go one way. If you're an Auburn person, everybody's going to get mad.
Well, I mean, you get married to one in Alabama, and you've got every person in Alabama is your cousin.
Is Darren Heitner?
Hey, Towns, bro, you must be.
We have a professional show here.
Hey, Towns, you're at the KMA stage of your career.
What career?
You know what that means? I've heard a wise coach once say this. Son, I'm at the KMA stage of my career. You know what I mean? How to say that? Y'all know. Oh, brother. Yeah, Towns.
Is Darren Heitner ruining college athletics?
Who's that?
What?
He's a NIL agent who took on the Washington kid. He took on Mensa.
Oh, well, I mean,
he
he's
is
just
getting so involved. But I think
he's
it's
the-
more him pimping himself than anything.
he's the lead dude for Young Money, Lil Wayne's agency.
You said who? Whose agency?
Lil Wayne.
Oh, there we go. Lil. You
No,
said
I didn't say
Little
little.
Wayne.
Little
Wayne.
Wayne.
Little Wayne.
No, I don't think. I think he's. I mean, I think he's a douchebag, and you know, he's dirty as fuck, and he steals money from his. Basically, steals money. He doesn't steal.
Allegedly.
Money. He gets not wise young people to sign over 20% of what he's going to get them. Hey, I guess it's good if you can get it.
20%?
Yeah, he takes 20% as an agent.
What, he takes 20% on marketing deals. I don't know what he takes on rev share and
Well, RevShare's brand new, but before
Yeah.
RevShare started, he was taking 20% on everything.
people are taking more than that.
Yeah.
So shout out to Section 12X for that awesome hat. Look at that hat. Isn't he pretty? Wearing the golf hat. Section 12X. Got the other one, the black one.
I will say, Cam, I'm not going to give any details. Be on
Uh-oh.
the lookout.
Uh-oh.
Be on the lookout.
Section
Not today.
12X
Not
coming out
tomorrow.
with some new stuff very soon. I am told reliably that it will be in February, but we'll just have to see. January's almost over, so it
And
probably
I
is gonna
will.
be in
I
February.
will tell you though, for you guys that are kind of like me, kind of a urban yeti, maybe a suburban Sasquatch type of guy. Just saying, there might be something for you.
The Bradley Towns.
We're gonna.
Whew.
There's gonna be man sizes.
Davy Towns.
Man
Davy
sizes.
Crockett looking. That is crazy.
Damn it, Towns.
So you know I'm right.
I'm from Alabama.
So you know I'm right.
Oh man, I would have kept that one to my...
Grant Stewart went on an entire Instagram rant on how 20% was too high and 10% is more of an acceptable range.
No.
A lot of people are
5%.
taking. A lot of people are taking 30%.
Hmm.
And it is a huge
I need to be an
issue for
agent.
schools. You really
Well,
do.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to do it in any other place but the NCAA.
Yeah.
30%?
Yeah. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting that in any other professional sport.
Mm-mm. Just robbing kids. But I mean,
I'm not to be an
I mean,
agent.
that's the
so
beauty.
Kids aren't getting robbed. It's like that's
the beauty of an unregulated market. There are no rules. You can do anything you want.
That's criminal.
it is
30%, 20% is.
I mean,
Hey, that's great. That's crazy.
What agents that you dealt with? What was the range that they were going to be charging you on everything?
well, it was standard, right?
It was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
it could
typically
be
just
different.
doing contracts. They're not doing marketing.
Yeah,
Well,
it wasn't
could be-
but it's like
It could be different on different things that they bring in. Maybe
But
different branding
20% though is on everything. That's
for salary. Yeah,
Easy.
for salary or whatever for their NIL, which basically covers all their branding. So they get 20 points on everything.
Hey man, don't hate the player, hate the game.
And then you get those factoring
I'm going to hate the
companies.
player.
You get those factoring companies who will give them money up front for a portion of their long-term earnings.
Those are the smartest people. I think they're the biggest crooks.
Absolutely.
Taking, and these kids are coming from nothing, and they're getting these huge pots of money. Yeah, take 20%, take 30%. Yeah, give me my money. And it's just taking advantage of people.
I mean, the
And I don't
government
think
the government's going to take their half.
This is the face of somebody really starting to understand this right now.
I didn't know they was doing that. 20%?
You got the wrong game, son.
Brother, what am I doing?
Although
I
I
need to
couldn't
shift careers yesterday.
I
What?
couldn't live with myself taking that kind of money from those
Oh,
kids.
God. Yeah.
Yes, you could.
No.
I could.
Okay.
Man. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is
Thanks, thank
GoCoogs'
you.
sixth podcast in 7 days. Between the No Conference for Old Men, the Four Quarters guys, Cats, Talking About Them Cougars. We're doing podcasts every day. And we're going to have another tomorrow. Liking it. Then we're going to take Friday off, I think.
Ryan, when are we getting Bish?
It sounds like it's going to be this Sunday.
Say less.
I talked to him tonight, and
say less.
I'm
gonna hit him tomorrow.
He's superstitious like everybody else in this program, and so he wasn't ready to commit before winning this game.
Truth.
That's why I wasn't ready to drop nothing after a loss. Yes.
There you go.
Bish gets it.
Let's make Wes cry on Saturday somehow. I'm going to tell you, they had that game on the big screen here at TCU, and he had the biggest black circles around his eyes. It looked like he was taking a beating. So he got him a win tonight. The biggest problem is that anyone can be a college agent. That is 100% true. You don't need any skills, any degree or certification.
Nope.
So, yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. It's 12:30, and it's just me and Duarte in the arena. No one else is here.
Locked in. Hey,
like the cleaning crew is
man.
gone.
Bought in, man.
Yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. This is fun. I always love it, but I want to go home. It's been a long day, travel and whatnot. Bradley, take us home.
You locked in a win. Wasn't pretty. You played below your standard. Get the hell out of town. Get home. Get into the rehab room, and then go to sleep for a couple of days. Get your work in. Come out. Start it all over again. That's it.
Galen?
Yeah. Just to piggyback on what he said, is like, yeah, obviously we know it's below standard, but the people who know better than we do are the guys in that locker room. So it's you appreciate a win, and at the end of the day, you want to go 1-0, and obviously it's something that we're going to grow from. So it's just we're marching on the journey, man, and it's a process, and we have the luxury of having high standards because we know we have a good team and what they have the potential to accomplish. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
I don't ever remember this number being this low, but you had 3 second chance points tonight. That just doesn't even seem possible. But you only had 6 offensive rebounds on 30 missed shots. There's still work to do there. Emmanuel had 1 rebound? Milos had 3 late. Galen, Milos had gone, and I looked it up and I did the math like 4 times to make sure. He had played 85 minutes between rebounds. I don't know how that happens. That's just not good. And then he ended up with 4 tonight and 3 good ones late in the game. It's just, this is not the rebounding team you've become accustomed to. And they got to get better. But you won a game that everything was trending the wrong way. And it happened a couple times in that second half. It looked like the dam was going to break. And it wasn't pretty, but there is something to say for guys pulling together and getting it done. And you lost a guy to injury. You had Emmanuel take that fall. You had him foul out. You had Jojo on the bench. This was a perfect opportunity to give up another one, just like you did 2 years ago here. But didn't do it. Won it. You're 6-1 in the conference, and everything is in front of you. You got 2 home games, and then you go on that Utah trip, and that's when it starts to get real. So thank you to Star Pizza, the Ritz, Section 12X, and all of you, and Substantial Worldwide. Tap in tomorrow, today. It's going to happen. The good people at Substantial, meaning Galen.
The good people. Thanks, Ryan. The good person.
Whatever. Here, we're going to try this one. We're going to put Substantial right at the top and put the cats over the side. And we'll end it with that. Thank you all so much.
We need
Go
a
ahead.
special random appearance from that lost character.
Dejan. It's got to be a bad road game like Colorado was a year ago. Maybe
I don't
at
even
Utah.
know what they was doing. Like what was son, what's the hell with them? Yeah, no, facts.
We may have to work on that.
We need one of those whenever we get back and start putting it on people. Get another 30-point win, and we can just shoot the shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect a lot of 30-point wins this year. It's too competitive. It's not going to happen. If you get one, be thankful.
Facts.
We're that good.
I mean,
that's the level this team is. They're that good.
you think?
Get ready, Arizona. You're going to catch the whooping.
Okay. Brad Towns. Whooping on Arizona. Undefeated #1.
Kiss the donkey.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll see you again Saturday for Cincinnati at Fertitta.